Hi guys, just another volleyball girl here, and today we are going to be making my VNL 2026 women's volleyball fantasy team. So I do just want to give some forewarning before we get started. I am sick right now, so if I sound like death or look like death, that's probably why. And also, I'm not very talented at editing yet, so I don't know of a way to put what I'm doing on my computer up on the screen next to me for you guys yet. So periodically I'm just going to try and show you what I'm doing on my computer here, and yeah, please bear with me. So this year for the 2026 VNL, Volleyball World is having a game that you can play through VBTV. You find it up at the top on the Games tab, where you can build up to 3 fantasy teams for the men and the women to compete in global, or you can make your own private fantasy leagues to do with your friends. So that is what we are going to be building today. My team is just some volleyball girls, and how it works is you get 150 credits to buy your players, I guess, and you get 1 setter, 2 middle blockers, an opposite, and 2 outside hitters. Alright, let's get started with the middle blockers because that was my position, so I'm partial to the middle blockers. I think I'm definitely going to go with Julia Kudais of Brazil. I believe she was the best, one of the top middles of VNL 2025 last year, and I just love her game all around. So we're going to go with Miss Julia Kudais as our first middle for 17 credits. And next up, this one's tougher. I think I'm going to go with Anna Hall for my next middle, also for 17 credits. I think she was absolutely fantastic in the VNLs in the past couple of years. She's just so athletic. And actually, she had a baby 8, 9, or 10 months ago. I don't remember right now. I actually made a video about it, so go check that out. But she had a baby not that long ago, and she is back in the USA gym. I believe she got to see the last little bit of her League One Volleyball Pro season. And I love her game. I think she's so athletic, such a good jumper. And I think that she's going to have a big week for the USA because this is her first VNL back in a year or two. So I imagine that she's going to see a lot of playing time, and that is why I have chosen her as my second middle. So here is what we have so far. We have Julia Kudais and Anna Hall as our middle blockers. Alright, next up, let's go pick our opposite hitter. So, sorry about that. We have a lot of options at opposite hitter. The top one that it's recommending are obviously Paula Ganu and Melissa Vargas, which I think would be very easy picks, but I don't anticipate that either of them are probably going to play for this first week. We have Njaye from Team France, who I think is definitely a strong choice. She gets a lot of scoring volume for Team France, so that would definitely be good. For a fantasy team, Magdalena Stysiak from Poland, always a big scorer. Kendall Kipp of the USA. I don't think she's playing week 1 though, so we're not gonna choose her. Jose Maria, my apologies, of Team Brazil. Jordan Thompson, Gong Shengyu, Team China. I think I'm gonna go with Njaye because I'm not entirely sure if she's playing week 1, but if she is, I think that she's a really strong fantasy pick because again, she just gets a lot of volume for Team France. And she's pretty young, and she's got a live arm and a great serve, and she does just most things in the game of volleyball well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with her for my opposite hitter. Alright, next let's do our outside hitters. So our top choices, actually 2 of the top choices are Mayuri Ishikawa and Yoshino Sato from Japan, which I think are pretty easy picks. They're both pretty incredible outside hitters. Britt Herbots from Belgium, Anna Kristina of Brazil, Martina Lukashik, Team Poland, Julia Bergman of Team Brazil. Li Yingying is a really big scorer for Team China. She would be a good choice. Avery Skinner, I don't know if she's going to play that much this week, if I had to guess, so I don't think I'm going to pick her. I don't think Sarah Franklin is with the team this week. Oh, Katerina Antropova. That was actually something that I found really interesting. She's on the roster as an outside hitter for Team Italy this year, which is interesting because normally she competes as an opposite hitter for them, and she was an opposite hitter in her club season. So the fact that she's on the roster as an outside hitter I find really interesting, and I think I saw her playing outside hitter in some pre-scrimmages. I'll be really interested to see how she does there, because obviously we know that she's huge and she's got a super big arm, but I'll be curious to see how she does reception-wise. Simone Lee Wink. Karakurt is a strong choice, but she's a little streaky. I think what I'm gonna go with is I will take Britt Herbots of Team Belgium, because she is their unequivocal best scorer. She's an amazing, amazing player. She's a really good passer. She takes a lot of offensive volume for them. So I think I'm going to go with Britt Herbots, and then I'll take Mayu Ishikawa. I know it's kind of an easy pick, but she is just an incredible player. And I think that she's a really key leader for Team Japan and will be a key leader for them this year as well. All right, next up, let's choose our setter. We have Özdemir of Team Turkey, who I believe she was their younger setter last year. I believe last year she was 19, if I'm remembering right. Please check me on that. She would be a really good choice. I really liked her game last year. SKT, Team USA. Carlotta Cambi of Team Italy. I love how she comes in off the bench and always sets such a great offense for them. Alicia Oro, Team Italy. I don't know how much she's going to play, so I don't think I'm going to pick her. Nanami Seki of Team Japan runs a super fast offense, but she's a little bit small, blocking-wise in the front row. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Alif Shaheen, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, of Team Turkey. Micah Hancock, Team USA. She could be a good pick. I think she'll probably... Actually, I'm going to go off track a little bit here. I don't think I'm going to pick a United States setter for my fantasy team, just because they are bringing 3 setters for the roster this week. I think it would be a disservice to my team to pick any of them, just because I think they are going to rotate a lot of playing time. I believe it's Micah Hancock, Rachel Fairbanks, and SKT who are on the roster this week. I think I'm gonna go with Özdemir of Team Turkey, because as I said, I saw her in a couple of games last year. She was really young, but she had a lot of good decision-making skills, and I believe she's not super tall, but a little bit taller, so she's a decent front row blocker, and will definitely get offensive if needed be. Okay, so I totally missed this, but you can actually pick a libero, and then you also get 5 bench players. Actually, here, let me show you. So up at the top there is all the players that I've picked already, and then you get 1 libero and 5 bench players. So let's pick our libero right now. Oops. We have Szydlowska of Team Poland. Naomi is back on the roster this year for Brazil. She was their Olympic libero. Peanut Panoy, Team Thailand. I love her out in League 1 volleyball. She's got such good hustle. Lexi Rodriguez is actually listed as Alexis here. It's funny. Who else? Annie Caesar, Team Germany. I love her game. She's such a good hustle. Kizem Orge, Team Turkey. She could be a choice for us. Casey Jones, Team Canada. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with Casey Jones. I think she's probably the best libero that Team Canada has. And yeah, she digs a lot of balls for them, hustles a lot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Casey Jost for my libero. Alright, now let's move on to our bench. We get 1 opposite hitter, 2 outside hitters, another middle, and another setter. So for my bench opposite, I think I'm gonna take Magda Suziak. The only reason why I didn't put her in my initial starting lineup is just because I don't know if she's going to play week 1, but on the off chance that she is, I would definitely like to have her on my bench. Alright, let's do our bench setter. I'm really liking Carlotta Canby for this. I think, oh, sorry, it's tweaking on me. Hold on, I'm gonna pause real quick and figure this out. Alright guys, I'm back. So I figured out what was wrong. I ran out of credits, actually. So I had to do a little bit of tweaking. I subbed out Mayu Ishikawa for Pena Isabel of the Dominican Republic. And my bench opposite is Anna Smrek now, not Magda Stasiak. And my setter is Roberta of Team Brazil. So I'll just go ahead and show you all the changes that we have made. And now we are going to continue to build our bench. And I might also have to pause and do some more tweaking just to make sure that I can finish this team out. So please bear with me. Alright, so for our next bench outside hitter, I think we gotta do some budgeting now, because now we're running low on credits. Ooh, Maddie Banks. Andrea Mitrovic. Those could both be good choices for my outside hitters. Katie Baird of Team USA. I don't know if she's playing this week. Let's go with... Ooh, Abigail Guzin. My namesake. Not. For one of my bench outside hitters, I think I am gonna go with Abby Guzin. She was great last year. I believe last year she played in the VNL at only 18 years old. She might have even been younger than that. I don't really remember. But let's keep looking. Ooh, Leanna Grozer, Team Germany. She's very cheap. She could be a good pick. Yeah, for my next bench outside hitter, I'm going to go with Leanna Grozer of Team Germany. I didn't get to watch that much of Germany last year, but what I did watch, I definitely remember her. She's a great scorer for them, and I also believe she's pretty young too. So she's definitely got some untapped potential there. Alright, that is our bench outside hitters. And I am going to have to pause the video again to do some budgeting to get my last middle blocker. And alright, welcome back everybody. So I had to sub out my starting outside hitter. I had to take out Britt Herbots to put in Czerniewska, I hope I pronounced that right, of Team Poland. So now let's pick our bench middle and bench setter. I think we're going... I want Nanami Seki for my bench setter, but I don't know if I can afford her right now. Let's see. I think I might have passed her already. Yeah, doesn't look like I can afford her. So we are going to have to pick someone else. We need to go way cheap because I only have 19 credits left to do my last two players. I think that I am going to pick... You know what? I am gonna take Seki, and I will have to do some more substituting just to make sure that I can afford her. So I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. Thank you so much, you guys, for bearing with me as I continue all my changes, and I have to figure this out. So we have changed our starting opposite to Guangxing Yu of Team China. She offers a lot of ball control because she does also have training as an outside hitter. So she can be put in to stabilize the reception if either of my outside hitters hypothetically needed. So for our bench middle blocker, we are going to do, if I can, this will let me click. We are going to choose Dambrink of the Netherlands. She's a really big scorer for them and a big blocker. I believe she's pretty tall, if I'm remembering right. I don't watch a lot of the Netherlands, I apologize. But she is going to be our last minute walker. So that concludes my VNL fantasy team for the women. I will show you. So here we have my starting lineup, and then let me scroll down so I can show you the bench. All right, let's hit save to officially enter in my team. Now let's join a league. I think I'm going to pick my league later. If you want me to show you guys that, I totally can. But that concludes our video. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me as I figure out this system. And oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So in addition to making your own fantasy teams, Volleyball World also is letting the audience, sorry, I told you guys I'm sick. Volleyball World is letting the audience vote for MVPs for each week, and you also get to vote to determine the MVP of the finals. So I really encourage you guys to vote for your favorite players, for who you think, don't just vote for your favorite players. Vote for who you think deserves the MVP of each round and of the finals. And I will see you guys soon. VNL starts tomorrow. Bye.